Zurubang, Ultimate Battle Royale of everything and more. Battle 8. Act 1. The arena opens. A sound like 1,000 glass cathedrals being born from cosmic static erupts across the void. Crystalline thunder married to the hum of creation itself. The dome materializes. The biome generates a sprawling landscape of muddy, tall, solid sand castles, towering fortifications of wet sand standing 20, 30, 40 feet high, connected by archways and bridges, moats of brown sludge gurgling between them. The ground squelches. The air smells of beach vacation gone apocalyptic. Zurubang descends from nowhere, his golden coat billowing despite the absence of wind. Forearms spread wide in divine showmanship. Welcome, beautiful degenerates, to the 8th battle. His voice carries across dimensions. Today's arena smells like a child's dream drowned in a swamp. Perfect for what's about to unfold. The crowd roars, millions of spectators from every conceivable reality, dimension, and fever dream packed into impossible bleachers that curve around the dome like the ribs of a dead god. Your fighters! Zurubang's forearms conduct the air like an orchestra of violence. F tier. From the Lego universe, the Lego Knight, the Brick Crusader, anatomically questionable, steps on himself. A tiny yellow figure materializes on the arena floor. His sword catches the light, barely. He raises it skyward with a soft plastic click. The crowd squints. Is that a choking hazard? Someone yells from the stands. The Lego Knight's painted smile remains unchanged. It always does. C tier. From the world of Command and Conquer, the Mammoth tank, the Brotherhood's pride, treaded apocalypse, fuel-dependent doom. The ground shudders. Twin cannons emerge from a wall of smoke, followed by 60 tons of Soviet-era engineering. The treads grind against the arena stone like a death sentence being read aloud. From the streets of Tokyo ESP, Rinka Urushiba, the Phantom Girl, intangibility's poster child, surprisingly punchy. She phases up through the arena floor itself, white hair trailing like a ghost's sigh. Her feet touch solid ground, and she cracks her knuckles with a grin that says, "I'm more solid than I look." B tier. From the wastelands of Gachiakuta, Rudo Surebrec, the trash alchemist, scarred hands supreme, walking vengeance project. A figure drops from above, landing in crouch. Scrap metal orbits him like angry satellites. His eyes scan the field, not with fear, but with inventory. "Oh," Rudo mutters, eyeing the mammoth tank. "Big recycling project." A tier. From the realm of Asgard, Loki, the god of mischief, adopted issues personified, illusion daddy. 3 Lokis appear, then 7, then 1. The real one, smirking from a completely different spot, already slow clapping at his own entrance. "Oh, I do like this tournament format," he purrs. From Earthrealm's eternal vigil, Raiden, the thunder god, eternal protector, hat enthusiast. Lightning cracks across the arena sky. A figure descends wreathed in white electricity. Conical hat perfectly unmoved by the cosmic forces surrounding him. He lands with a thunderclap that rattles teeth. Loki stops clapping. The mammoth tank's targeting systems engage. S tier. The lights dim. Zurubang's voice drops an octave. From the Dragon Ball universe, Piccolo! The Namekian nightmare, Gohan's real dad, planet-adjacent firepower. A white cape billows from nowhere, green skin, a turban weighted with the gravity of a warrior who has died and come back stronger. Raiden nods in recognition, Thunder God acknowledging Planet Destroyer. Rudo quietly moves behind Rinka. The arena falls silent. The air itself grows heavy. Something is coming. Something that should not fit. S-tier again? From Nerve's darkest creation, Evangelion UNIT-01! The purple problem, Mother knows best, Berserk button incarnate. The sky tears open. 40 meters of biomechanical nightmare descends. Horn gleaming, jaw locked, eyes like dying stars. The umbilical cable trails behind it like an afterthought. It doesn't land, it arrives. The Mammoth tank's cannons lower slightly, recalculating. Piccolo's eyes narrow, and Loki's smirk falters for exactly 1 frame. The Lego Knight remains smiling. He doesn't know what else to do. Fighters! Your arena awaits! Zurubang has begun. Act 2. Perception of the fighters. A good knight defends the realm. Lego Knight thinks in whatever passes for cognition inside ABS plastic. These are very large enemies. Very large. The Mammoth tank's engines rumble to life, sensors sweeping the arena. The tank's AI doesn't understand fear, but it understands unfavorable engagement conditions. Rinka Urushiba flickers. Her body half-faced through a sandcastle wall. 2 of them are titans, and one's a god? Several gods? She feels the familiar weight of being outclassed. But I've beaten people stronger than me before. Rudo's Surebrec 3R gloves pulse with light as his eyes sweep the arena. The mud, the sand, the debris. Everything in this biome was thrown away. His scarred hands flex. Everything here is ammunition. Loki is eyeing the massive purple robot and the green alien with obvious concern. Time to make friends and lose them strategically. Raiden senses divinity in the dark-haired trickster. He senses wrongness in the towering purple machine. And the Namekian, Raiden's ancient eyes narrow. That one is the real threat. Piccolo's tactical mind catalogs instantly. 2 god-level threats, 1 mechanical nightmare, several unknowns. The massive purple robot concerns him. Its energy signature is unstable, chaotic. He grunts, "Let's get this over with." EVA Unit 1 stands motionless. 40 meters of purple and green biomechanical horror. Inside, there's no pilot. The entry plug is empty, but something steers behind those eyes. Something maternal, something hungry, something waiting for permission to unleash. Act 3. Nobody's safe. May the ultimate battle royale begin! The Lego Knight charges. He has to. Honor demands it. His tiny plastic legs carry him across 3 inches of mud before Piccolo, without looking, extends 1 finger and fires a key blast the size of a marble. The Lego Knight explodes into his component pieces. Head, torso, legs, arms, sword, all scattering across the mud. Lego Knight eliminated by Piccolo. Piccolo scoffs. He turns to face the real threats. And steps directly on the Lego Knight's torso before it descends to the sky as a star. The sound that comes out of Piccolo's mouth is not dignified. It is not the sound of a warrior who has trained with gods. It is the sound of every parent at 3 a.m. finding their child's toys in the dark. He hops backward, grabbing his foot and shoe, face contorted in genuine agony. The crowd goes silent. Raiden stares. Loki's jaw drops. Even EVA Unit-01's head tilts slightly. Did that hurt him? Rinka whispers. Rudo watches the Namekian warrior, the Moon Destroyer, hopping on one foot, cursing in a language older than Earth. The brick is mightier than the god, he mutters. This might be the only chance. The Mammoth tank opens fire. Twin cannons roar, shells screaming toward Piccolo, who catches them without looking, both shells in his hands. He crushes them and lets the residue drift through his fingers. Seriously? The tank's AI recalculates. New strategy, target literally anything else. Loki moves first among the humanoids, teleporting directly behind Rinka with a dagger drawn. Apologies, dear, you look like the easiest to kill. His blade passes through empty air. Rinka is already behind him, fully tangible, fist cocked. I get that a lot. She punches him across the jaw, and Loki poofs into green smoke. An illusion? 3 Lokis surround her now, each grinning. Let me show you how a god handles the intangible. Rudo doesn't waste time. He sprints toward the nearest sandcastle, ripping the rusted bucket from the wall. His 3R gloves flare. The bucket transforms, edges sharpening, weight redistributing into a spinning disk of weaponized nostalgia. He hurls it at the Mammoth tank. The disc shears through the tank's treads with a shriek of metal on metal. What? The Command & Conquer fans are on their feet. That was a bucket! The tank pivots, trying to compensate, but Rudo is already extracting the broken shovel. This one he keeps, the 3R focusing all power into a single weapon. Raiden descends on Piccolo. Namekian, your power is considerable. Piccolo actually smirks. You can sense that? Good. Then you know this fight isn't worth your time. Lightning explodes from Raiden's hands, real divine killing voltage, and Piccolo swats it aside. Thunder God, Piccolo says, floating forward. I've fought actual gods of destruction. This. He gestures at the crackling electricity. This is weather. They clash. Raiden teleports, attacks from 17 angles simultaneously, each strike carrying the weight of thunder. Piccolo blocks, counters. His arm extends, stretching impossibly, catching Raiden mid-teleport. Predictable pattern, Piccolo growls, and slams him through 3 sandcastles. EVA Unit-01 hasn't moved, but its eyes are tracking, watching, waiting. The crowd grows uneasy. The EVA section, a small traumatized cluster wearing nerve uniforms, begins rocking back and forth. It's okay, one whispers. It's okay, she's just... The EVA's head turns, directly toward Loki. Rinka phases through 2 Loki illusions, solidifies, punches through the 3rd, also an illusion, and catches a magical dagger in her shoulder from the real Loki, who materialized behind her 4th fake. Ha! 4 layers of... EVA Unit-01's hand moves. 40 meters of biomechanical god killer swats Loki across the arena like a mosquito. The god of Mischief pinwheels through the air, crashes through the central sandcastle, and doesn't get up. The EVA's AT field flickers visibly, orange hexagons of absolute rejection. Rinka stares up at the machine, blood running down her arm. Oh no. The EVA looks down at her and smiles. Raiden recovers, electricity arcing across his form. He sees the EVA moving, sees it picking up Loki's crumpled body, and makes a decision. Namekian, the machine! We must... I know, Piccolo snaps. He's already calculating. The EVA's energy signature is spiking. It's going berserk. It's about to stop holding back. Raiden and Piccolo share a look. Two warriors recognize the same threat. Temporary alliance against the screaming robot. Rudo finds Rinka hiding behind a collapsed sandcastle, clutching her wounded shoulder. You're the ghost girl, he says, crouching beside her. You're the trash kid, she fires back. That bucket thing was impressive. He looks at her wound, then at the chaos unfolding. The EVA is now actively hunting Loki, each step shaking the arena. Piccolo and Raiden are charging it together. We need to survive, Rudo says. Not win, survive. Rinka meets his eyes. Two teenagers from different broken worlds recognizing survival instincts in each other. Partners? She asks. Until we're not, he agrees. Loki's astral form slips into the entry plug. Easy. Take control of the pilot, take control of this thing. He finds Yui Ikari's soul waiting for him. A mother. Protecting her son. Loki is ejected from the EVA so hard his physical body ragdolls across the arena. He doesn't get up. What? What is that thing? Those are his last words before 40 meters of purple fury stamps down. Loki, eliminated by EVA Unit 1. No! Mischief forever! The Marvel section sobs as Loki's constellation appears in the sky above, his outline smirking even in death. The EVA turns toward Piccolo. And Piccolo smiles. Finally, something worth hitting. He fires the special beam cannon, a drilling spiral of energy that Gohan himself has praised, directly into the EVA's AT field. The field cracks, but holds. The EVA screams, a sound like a mother losing her child, like a child losing its soul, and charges. Raiden intercepts, divine lightning wrapping around the machine's arms, trying to slow it down. The EVA's jaws open, revealing teeth that shouldn't exist on a machine, and it bites through Raiden's electrical form. What manner of... The EVA throws Raiden into the ground hard enough to create a crater. Raiden, eliminated by EVA Unit 1. He was a god, the Mortal Kombat section screams. A literal god! That thing ate his lightning, someone whispers. Piccolo doesn't hesitate. He removes his weighted cape, he removes his weighted turban. The arena shakes. Okay, he says, cracking his neck. Now I'm taking this seriously. The Mammoth tank, immobile but still operational, locks onto Rudo and Rinka. Targets acquired, engaging. The twin cannons fire. Rinka grabs Rudo's hand and phases them both through the shells, the explosions detonating harmlessly behind them. Thanks, Rudo gasps. Keep up, she grins. They run directly at the tank. Rudo's enhanced 3R shovel, now radiating impossible energy, plunges into the tank's hull. He rips it sideways, tearing open the armor. Now, he screams. Rinka phases her arm into the tank's engine block and solidifies. The machinery crumples around her arm. She rips it out, and the tank dies. Mammoth tank, eliminated by Rinka Urushiba. Combo kill! The Command and Conquer section applauds respectively. Strategic, efficient, we accept this. Act 4. Endgame. Remaining fighters. Piccolo, fully powered, minor fatigue, weights removed. EVA Unit 1, AT field damaged, berserk mode active, increasingly unstable. Rudo Surebrec, shovel destroyed, wounded but functional, searching for new weapons. Rinka Urushiba, arm injured twice, exhausted but still phasing. Piccolo and EVA Unit 1 collide. The Namekian warrior, capable of destroying planets, unleashes everything. Ki blasts, extended limbs, regeneration pushing through every wound the EVA inflicts. The EVA is eating his attacks, literally absorbing his energy. Its jaws tear into his regenerating flesh, and Piccolo realizes with dawning horror, this thing doesn't just fight, it consumes. Hell Zone grenade! 1,000 ki spheres surround the EVA. They all converge. The explosion is blinding. When it clears, the EVA is still standing. Damaged, one arm hanging loose, armor cracked, that terrible smile finally gone, but standing. And it's not done. The EVA lunges, jaws wide, and clamps down on Piccolo's torso. He screams, a sound no one in the Dragon Ball section has ever heard him make, as the machine drinks his life force. Get off me! Piccolo's arm extends, wrapping around the EVA's throat. His other arm becomes a blade, stabbing repeatedly into the cracked armor. Purple blood mixes with Namekian green. The EVA bites harder. Piccolo's regeneration is failing. For every cell he regrows, the EVA consumes too. He's being eaten alive. Fine, he thinks. Then we go together. He wraps his one arm around the EVA's head and uses the other one to concentrate all power he has left in his body. Special! The EVA realizes what's happening. Too late. Beam! The spiral beam tears through the arena. Sand castles 100 feet away vaporize. The shockwave throws Rudo and Rinka into a moat of mud, saved only by Rinka phasing them both at the last second. When the light fades, there is only a crater, and in that crater, 2 bodies. EVA Unit 1, what remains of it, lies in pieces. The biomechanical nightmare has been reduced to scattered armor plates, twitching organic cables, and one massive eye staring at nothing. The soul inside drifts upward, finally free. EVA Unit 1 eliminated by Piccolo. The nerve section weeps. She's free. She's finally free. Rudo and Rinka climb out of the mud, coughing, bleeding, alive. They see the devastation. They see the EVA star rising to join the others. Lego Knight, Mammoth Tank, Loki, Raiden, now the purple giant. They count the constellations. 5, Rinka whispers. There are only 5 stars. Rudo's eyes snap to the crater. He's still alive. They approach slowly. Piccolo lies in the center of the destruction, more corpse than warrior. His regeneration flickers, trying, failing, trying again. At this rate, it will take him hours to fully recover, maybe days. But he will recover. Rudo looks down at the broken Namekian. Rinka stands beside him. He's helpless, she whispers. Right now we could... She trails off. They both look at Piccolo. Even broken, even dying, there's something in him, some core of honor that they recognize. A warrior who threw himself into death to stop a monster, who didn't hesitate, who protected everyone in this arena, even them, by taking that thing down with him. Rudo thinks of Regto, of the man who raised him, who never struck a fallen enemy, who taught him that strength without mercy is just cruelty with muscles. No, he says quietly. We wait. Rinka nods. She already knew. They both did. The crowd exhales. 1,000,000 beings from 1,000,000 worlds watching two exhausted teenagers choose honor over victory, and one by one stands up and starts clapping, until 1,000,000 claps fill the whole arena. Zurubang's eyes gleam with something like approval. He says nothing, but he's watching very, very closely. Rinka's hand finds Rudo's. Not for combat, not for strategy. Just because. He looks at her, really looks at her, for the first time since the battle began. The girl who can walk through walls. The girl who grabbed his hand and ran with him. The girl who didn't flinch when he talked about trash and survival and not dying. Hey, she says softly. Hey, he says back. We're going to lose. Definitely going to lose. Yeah, she squeezes his hand. But I'm glad it was you at the end. I'm glad it was someone who understood. Rudo's throat tightens. The anger that has lived in his chest since childhood, since the abuse, since Recto's death, since being thrown into the pit. It doesn't disappear, but something else grows beside it. Something warm. When this is over, he says, and Zurubang brings us back, ask me then, she interrupts. A small smile breaking through the exhaustion. Whatever you are going to ask me when we're both alive again. He looks at the sandy ground and smiles. Behind them, Piccolo's regeneration surges. His body knits itself together with horrible wet sounds. Muscle fiber, bone, skin. His missing arm erupts from the stump, fingers flexing. His legs regrow in minutes. The crowd gasps for what feels like an eternity. Rudo and Rinka spin around, but they don't let go of each other's hands. After a while, Piccolo stands. He's not fully healed. His movements are stiff, his power clearly diminished. But he's standing, one of the greatest warriors in Universe 7, refusing to stay dead. You too, he rasps, his voice rough from the explosion. You were watching me. The whole time. It's not a question. Yes, Rudo says. Piccolo looks weirded out. What kind of creepy perverts are you? Silence. Total silence. About 800,000 viewers have their mouth and eyes wide open. Perverts! She looks at Rudo, genuinely offended. We literally just decided not to kill you while you were defenseless. That's like the opposite of pervert behavior. I think he means the watching part, Rudo says flatly. We were being respectful, Rinka throws her free hand up. Would you have preferred we looked away? Oh no, the scary green man is regenerating. Better give him privacy while his arm grows back. You held hands, Piccolo interrupts, his voice like gravel, while watching me regrow my intestines. Rudo's face doesn't change, but his ears turn slightly red. Rinka's mouth opens, closes, opens again. That was a tactical handhold, she manages. Very tactical, Rudo confirms. He looks at Rinka, she looks back at him. Piccolo's eyes narrow. Oh. Both Rudo and Rinka are blushing like crazy, and part of the crowd is tearing up for no reason. Rinka steps even closer to Rudo. We want to go together, Rudo says. As stars. That's all we want now, Rinka finishes softly. Piccolo stares at them. Two teenagers, beaten, broken, standing in the mud of a ruined arena, holding hands, asking not for victory, but for each other. They are surrendering, he realizes, but not to me, to each other. Rinka leans into Rudo. Her head rests against his shoulder. She's so tired. They both are. I don't want to fight anymore, she whispers. I just want to stay with you. Then stay with me, he whispers back. Up there in the sky, together. She smiles. It's the most peaceful expression she's worn all battle. Rudo looks up, past Piccolo, past the ruined sandcastles, past the dome itself. Zurubang! He shouts into the sky. We give up! Both of us! Piccolo has won! Rinka's hand tightens around his. She adds her voice to his. We surrender! Together! High above, the golden god watches, and Zurubang smiles. Not a showman's grin, not his theatrical smirk. A real smile, warm and ancient, and full of something that might be wonder. Granted, he whispers. Golden light descends. Rudo Surebrec, eliminated by forfeit. Rinka Urushiba, eliminated by forfeit. Their constellations rise next to each other up into the sky. Two stars, side by side, close enough to touch, their outlines reaching toward one another across the heavens. The crowd erupts, not in shock, not in disappointment, in joy. Crying, clapping, dancing, celebrating. They did it! They chose each other! Look at their stars! Look how close they are! This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It's chaos, beautiful, messy, tearful chaos. Piccolo stands alone in the crater. He watches the two stars settle into place above. Close, but not quite touching. Reaching for each other forever. Tch! He shakes his head. Act 5. Victor. Winner! Piccolo! The Namekian doesn't raise his fist in triumph, doesn't acknowledge the cheers finally turning his way. He just stands there looking up as the celebration swirls around him. Piccolo! Piccolo! He barely hears it. Gohan, he thinks, you would have liked those two. You would have cried like a baby watching this. Piccolo walks toward the edge of the arena, still limping. He pauses at the threshold. Doesn't look back. Train harder, he says to the sky. Both of you, when you come back. A beat. And don't let go of each other. Then he's gone. Zurubang descends to the center of the ruined arena, golden coat billowing, forearms spread wide. Now, go home. Hug someone. Tell them you love them. Be brave enough to surrender to what matters. A pause. Because there's always a next battle.